Next question. That'll be Arlen first to answer. The Guelph City Council passed the budget while a fire alarm was going off, and there were committee members present protesting various allocation of funds in the budget. What do you think of U of G students' place as part of the community?
Thanks. I was actually at that municipal meeting, and they did go off during a fire. They did pass the budget, the entire city budget, during a fire alarm, which I thought was pretty ridiculous. I can't ever see that happen at the CSA. I don't think students feel like they're a member of the community enough, and I'd really like to connect residents and students on issues such as affordable housing, access to local food, as well as employment. One of my ideas would be to implement a CSA employment center so students can come hook up with employers, get help on their resumes. I'd also like the budget for the municipal government to be more accessible to students, and I've already been to the municipal government meeting. I find them pretty interesting, and I'd like to continue to do that and then communicate that. I'd like to set up some blogs for the different wards that students are living in so they can connect with people in their area.
Caitlin?
I think that students have a huge place in this community. We are citizens of Guelph. I'm currently the central coordinator of Meal Exchange, so I have seen students engage in their community first off. There was 1,300 students that registered for Trick or Eats. Last fall, students donated $20,000 to different organizations in and around the Guelph community. I think that there needs to be more advertising and more awareness as to what is happening in Guelph right now. As I mentioned, I would be attending city council meetings, and so I would like to write a bi-weekly article in the Ontarians so that students know what is going on. Same with weblogs is another great way to reach out to students because it is a two-way dialogue. And that's really what my platform is about, is hearing what students have to say. I think that would be really important so that I'm accountable for what I'm doing and I can refer back to students to make sure they're happy.
This is a question to Caitlin.
Yes.
Do you have a lot of experience dealing with landlords and issues, and how will you be a helpful resources for the legal resource room? Caitlin, first answer.
I have a really interesting experience with living situations. It's unique from other students. I'm currently living in the village and I am a fourth-year student, so I was a summer subletter. So I clearly understand the issues that are around that. When I summer subletted, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't even sign a lease. I really just went on faith alone with my landlord. I'd like to collaborate with the Legal Resource Room, a group that I currently share an office with Meal Exchange, so that we can fund for these websites. I'd like to create a website where students could go to and they would see common issues that students deal with and they would be able to find answers on their own. Students can be empowered because there would be more forums for them, something else I would like to push for. Thank you.
Arlen?
I've been dealing with tenants since I moved off campus in second year. I really had no idea what I was doing. But I think I'd be helpful to the Legal Resource Room. Like I said, I'd like to start a tenant support group and also help the Legal Resource Room and off-campus housing create more awareness about the Residential Tenancies Act. I don't think a lot of students know their rights right now as tenants, and I'd really like to push for that. I'd like to create an easy-to-follow 10-point, most important points you need to know about the Residential Tenancy Act and really hand that out during first year. I'd like to create some workshops at the beginning of the second semester because that's when people are usually looking for off-campus housing, to let people know about their rights, how to sign a lease, what to do if there's mold, what to do about if you're getting evicted, so on and so forth. I really think that more outreach needs to happen on that, and I'd like to see that happen.